And this is the meeting of August 7th, 2024. We have a quorum consisting of my.
Just to do sometimes there's tension between a vice presidential candidate and a presidential candidate. And sometimes they bring their own.
Whoever's playing the radio, please turn it off.
You went. Yeah, I'm getting nods. I'm getting nods. Adrian's in. Yeah, they're great. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, I guess we know who it was. Damn it! I changed Wim's name here, and it went back to iPad, and iPad just isn't a good name.
Yeah.
I like to have the names on here so that if anybody watches the video, then they'll.
Now there. Wait a minute, Garrett. It says that Garrett is Wim Levine.
Oh well, that's what happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Okay, I think we're all properly identified. Sorry about that. Okay, I was about to say that we have a quorum that consists of myself, Catherine Hilton, we have Garrett Simonson, Wim Levine, Arlene Reed, Noreen Pease is absent. So first things first, the minutes of the last meeting, is everybody happy with them?
Yes, I am.
I will move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, there we go. We have a disposal works construction permit for a repair at 325 Montague Road, which is Marie Blatch's house. And Claudia has reviewed it and found it compliant with Title V. Marie has paid all the fees, and I would like your permission to issue the permit. Is there any discussion or question about that?
Tell me again the name of the homeowner, please.
Marie Vlach, Paul Vlach's widow.
Yep, got it. Okay. Since it had approval has been recommended by Claudia, I move that we sign off on this permit.
Second.
All in favor?
Arlene, yes.
Garrett?
Garrett, yes.
Wim?
Yes.
And Kat, yes. Okay, I'll get that off to her tomorrow. I think she already has a buyer, so she's in a hurry to get it moving. 250 West Pelham Road, Garrett, is there any movement on that?
I happened to drive past it on Tuesday, which is trash collection day on West Pelham. And but they had significantly cleaned it up, and it was now all contained within one of those large bags that a truck comes to pick up. I haven't been past it since Tuesday to know if it's been collected, but there was progress. Okay, well that sounds good. We got a complaint from a neighbor over on West Pelham Road that there had been for weeks a big pile of trash out in the front of the house, and the person who complained said that his daughter had cut herself on some piece of metal that was sticking out or something, and that this was not the first time that this had happened. So Claudia went and had a look, and she sent a cleanup order, and sounds like they're actually cleaning it up. So that's just for your edification. We also got a complaint about some housing violations from a tenant on Great Pines Drive, and Claudia inspected it, and she sent, or she had me send a correction order listing the violations. So that's being taken care of. Right. Didn't want to wait for a meeting to talk about that because, right, somebody needed attention right away. We have received a request for an emergency permit to breach a beaver dam. It's Lois Brown again, Dudleyville or Dudley Pond, and that pond just
the beavers are constantly finding their way around it. This is not the first permit. The last time they got a permit, it was for installing a water flow control device, but apparently that hasn't worked that well because now they want to go in and breach the dam. And they sent in an application with, all kinds of letters and stuff saying what the problems are. But I mean, it's obvious what the problems are. The water level is getting too high because the beavers are building dams. And so I can show you those things if you want, or, yeah.
Can I request that you just clarify what breach a dam means? Does it mean to plow through and open it up?
Yep.
I assume.
Yeah,
That-
it means basically to blow it up in some way, or to open it.
Okay.
Now, how that works in practice, I don't really know, because what's to keep the beavers from just building it up again?
They will.
They
Yeah.
will,
That's-
but I guess it
They
gives
always-
their
temporary
job.
relief and temporary water flow. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so
I
I don't really
suppose
know.
if you harass them repeatedly, they might move on, but they're so driven. I think it would be a perennial battle.
Well, so far it has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kat, just to clarify, so our authority for emergency permits is inclusive of dam breaching and
Yes,
not just trapping.
that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. We have to give the permit, but also Concom has to give an emergency certification, basically saying that they have reviewed it and that there's an emergency and it's okay for us to give that permit.
Okay.
And it's just kind of a little vagary of the law that we have to give the permit instead of them.
Okay.
So you know where this is, way down the bottom of Montague Road, near the
Right.
Lever line.
Near the town line. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, this is what they're asking for, and I don't see any reason not to give it to them. But
Yeah.
I can't imagine, I really can't imagine what kind of permanent solution they can get here.
Right. It's likely this could be a recurrent request.
Yeah, yeah, now, having breached the dam, it may be that they'll have some other way of doing the water flow control device that will make it more effective in the future. I don't know. Lois doesn't want to trap him out, I know. She likes
Say
having
that
them
again. She doesn't want what?
to trap them out,
To trap them out. Okay.
which, like all the other solutions, is only temporary because there's no shortage of beavers.
No, they're multi-generational.
Right. I'm starting to think that they outnumber human people.
I have no objection to the breaching of a dam.
Any
Nor do I.
other discussion on this? Okay, can I have a motion to issue this permit?
I move that we issue the permit for the breaching of this dam on Dudleyville Pond.
Do I hear a
Second.
second? All in favor? Garrett?
Arlene, yes? Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Arlene says yes. Garrett?
Gary, yes.
Wim says yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Kat says yes. All right, I will issue the permit. They have requested that, these are 10-day permits. They last for 10 days, and they have requested that it be written to begin on August 19th, which is the week that they think they can do the work.
Okay.
So I will do that. 36 South Laurel Drive. I meant to bring this up. Give me a second to find this. Linda Gribko sent me an extremely detailed email explaining remember we asked for 3-month updates? Well, she sent one and she's been busy. They got a survey of the property on which the house sits and the abutting property, which they already own. including offsets of the current building from the boundaries, which are now pinned and flagged. They filed an RDA with the Conservation Commission to do minimal clearing of the lot to access areas for a perk test. And they got approval for that. And later they're going to get some tree removal permits, they hope. They found the old shallow well, and they think it's probably going to have to be replaced, but that's to be determined. They got some information from us about the where the septic system is, and there are some questions, and they have engaged an engineer to help them with the general design. So that's the situation there. Linda has some questions which I have not yet actually answered. So that's what's going on at 36 South Laurel. A lot. And that's all I know about that. I have been in communication with Claudia and Donna with respect to 56 Wendell Road. So Claudia sent all the documentation to Donna and told her that we are ready to kind of give up and take this to court. And Donna said, well, that's fine, but you haven't actually issued a demolition order. And of course, we didn't think we needed a demolition order because it was all the parties were agreed that that's what was going to happen. But we are going to need a demolition order, which Claudia has drafted. I am reluctant to vote on that tonight, however, we waited this long because it's not on the agenda. Okay, so I have sent you the draft of the demolition order for your perusal, and I think we should just talk about it at the next meeting. That seem okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Another 2 weeks after all these years is hardly going to make any difference. And I think it would be appropriate. I have previously communicated with Greg by text, which seems to be the best way of reaching him. And when we have decided on this, I think I should, and tell me if you disagree, just give him a heads up that this is going to come, and then we're going to order him to demolish it in something like 60 days, and just so he'll know.
And I didn't get a chance to read the letter. I just saw it when we started the meeting.
Yeah, I sent it out quite late.
Does that specify what his recourse is, and what is it? I mean, could this get hung up in court for a while?
It's, well, what it specifies is that what it would specify if we had it, I mean, we have a draft, that the place should be demolished within 60 days of receipt. And if he is aggrieved by this order, he has the right to request a hearing within 7 days of receiving the order, and we would have a hearing. So if he has some good reason why, or he does have some good reason why he wouldn't do the whole demolition, or wanted to save part of it, or didn't want to do it, or whatever, he could have a hearing. And that's the recourse that he would have. Our recourse is, if he doesn't do it in the timeline that we set up, or at least make significant progress on that timeline, our recourse would be then to take him to housing court.
And the objective there is to claim the property? Is that?
Oh, no, we don't want to claim the property. However, if he is unable or unwilling to actually do the work, and we can't make it happen through mediation in the court, then the court can order the property to be put into receivership, so that another person, a competent person, would be appointed to oversee the demolition and make it happen. And that person would have to be paid to do it,
But he would have to pay them.
correct?
Fair enough.
Yeah,
And am I right in assuming this order would be for the demolition all the way to the ground? Not just the top story, the way he's been talking about?
yes,
Just
yes.
a full demo?
Complete demolition.
Okay.
And
All right.
yeah, he had talked about only doing the top as a temporary thing, and he had talked about leaving some parts of the structure standing. So, so if he still wants to do that, he may ask for a hearing and say he wants the front wall and the fireplace or whatever,
Right.
whatever it is. That's his right to ask for a hearing on that, and we can talk about it. So that will be on the agenda for next time, and we can
Okay.
discuss the order fully and anything else that we learn.
Okay.
Now, are there other updates on any ongoing thing that we should talk about? Oh, you know what? I have another thing. At the groundbreaking ceremony on Friday, I was approached by I can't think of her name. The one who's into the knotweed removal.
Mary Jo Maffei.
Correct. And she said they're trying to get a sort of coalition of the various boards and committees behind knotweed control. And she said that from the Board of Health perspective, we would be interested to know and possibly weigh in on the fact that there are some places where knotweed is spreading right into people's septic tanks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like growing there or just putting weeds in there, or if it's, taking over the leaching field or what. I asked her to get in touch with me and tell me more at a more
Yeah.
convenient time.
And how they know this.
Yeah, I'd like to get more
Yeah.
information about it.
Information.
I'll send her an email and ask her to call
Yeah,
me.
or maybe it's affecting their leach fields and not the tanks.
But that's possible. I
Yeah.
may have it wrong,
Yeah.
but I get the
Or she
impression
may have
that
had
it
it
was
Yeah.
pushing, into the tank, which can happen,
Yeah. Yeah.
roots and stuff can actually go into the tank.
Okay. Well. Okay.
So I'll see what I can find out about that, and
All right.
possibly we would be asked to at least write a memo.
Mhm.
Kind of confirming the problems created for septic tanks by knotweed.
Okay.
Are there more things that we need to talk about?
I had two things. One is just about this whole thing about this course that we were all supposed to take and how my certification kind of got lost in the transition from one platform to the other.
Uh-huh.
Was not able to access my certificate of completion, but I was able to access my transcript that shows the dates on which I completed every section. So I
Mhm.
sent that on to Megan and have not heard back from her, but I assume that has closed that out.
Okay.
But I had one other thing, and that was go talk amongst yourselves. It'll come back to me.
West Nile virus.
Oh, yeah. West Nile virus, there is a positive human case in where the person was exposed in Hampden County. So and a mosquito was positive in Springfield. I
saw that.
that weekly arbovirus
Mhm.
report has got that information, and those of you who get the Han updates may have gotten that. So I don't know if we want to send out something that tells people to continue mosquito avoidance. I think Shutesbury
Yeah.
is still in a remote risk category, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, but presumably we don't all stay home all the time.
Right.
right?
No,
And
we don't stay home all the time, right?
yeah, so I would think that it would be a good idea. I've been thinking that myself, that to send out another message reminding people of the dangers and also informing them that these things which tend to start and often to stay in the eastern part of the state are getting closer.
They're
Yes.
definitely sneaking up on us, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah. Yeah, I also get messages about Tripoli in mosquitoes. There haven't been any human cases, and I don't know if there've been any animal.
There was a horse case.
Anywhere?
No, but I could look it up, but I
Mhm.
don't know off the
I
top of
think
my head.
it's South Shore.
Yeah, somewhere out there.
Yeah, that's where those usually start.
Right.
Uh-huh. Okay,
I know, I remembered what the other thing was. There's a new, I meant to pull it together before tonight's meeting, but a new resource for free COVID test kits that boards of health can access if we want to get them. We don't have, as far as I know, any more free test kits to offer at this time to townspeople.
I think that Sarah still has some, not too many, and she gives them to people who have been exposed and really need
Right.
them. I know that she did that
I
last week.
showed up at town hall one day looking for some, but she was not there, and Becky helped me look to see if there were any
Did you-
down area, but
downstairs?
there were none to be found. So there may be some, it's just that she was not there and
Mhm.
we couldn't find them. But there is, and I can pull it together and forward along the email that I have about test kits available for boards who wish to order them.
That would be good.
Okay, I will do
Who's,
that.
who's providing them?
Let me go back to my email, see if I can.
Federal Health and Human Services, I think, is where they're coming from. And they should have, my understanding is it'll be like a 60-day, they'll be
Oh,
good for
yeah.
60 days.
I'm sorry, what?
They won't expire for 60 days
Oh,
so
But
they
I
gotta-
think the way they worded it was sort of a warning that they were going to expire with it, you know, that there's not a huge shelf life to them is what the point was.
mhm.
So I will pull that together and send it along. I meant to.
Is that something that you
Oh, it
could
is.
order or what?
So it's from the Office of Local and Regional Health.
Hmm.
And it was sent 2 days ago. Each LBOH may complete one copy of the attached form and email it to Larry Blankenship, blah, 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 before Monday, August 19. HHS will oversee test kit distribution and ship directly. They will expire within 60 to 90 days.
Mhm.
So
Could you do that? Fill it out and send it to
Sure.
Blankenship?
it may ask us how many we want. Do we have, I haven't looked at the form, but I'll look at it right now.
I
And,
imagine they'll give us how many they want us to have,
right,
how it's been usually.
okay. The form, the form asks for what's the institution name and the delivery address, and then number of tests requested,
Oh,
and then what are your delivery hours? And then can your warehouse docks accept 53-foot trailers with pallets?
Tell them we want at least 9,000.
I will complete this to the best of my abilities. 53-foot
And if you see a big truck,
palletized loads.
if you see a big truck in your driveway, you'll know you did it right.
That's a lot of test kits.
or you get an angry call
imagine?
from Becky. You get an angry call from Becky.
Right. Arlene, maybe you should coordinate with Sarah on this.
I will coordinate with Sarah. Yeah.
She'll probably have an idea about how many to order.
Okay. All righty.
And she may be planning to order them for us herself, so.
Yep.
Maybe
So
you
as not to
do it.
duplicate efforts, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I will check in with her.
That would be great, thank you.
Okay.
Anything else? Garrett, you got anything?
So as I said earlier, I missed the MAFCO meeting, so I don't have anything on that.
Mm.
And since Noreen's away, I'll go to the Valley Health meeting tomorrow.
Oh, great,
So I don't know what happened at that last meeting because she attended that one.
okay. Very good. All right, well, if we don't have anything else, we might as well quit.
I will move to adjourn.
Second.
Everybody in favor?
Yes.
Garrett, yes.
All right. Okay, you guys, thanks a lot.
Our next meeting, 2 weeks from now, I'll be on the Cape, but I should be able to tune in to the meeting.
That'd be great.
I'll have Wi-Fi, so I'm good.
Is Noreen gonna be back by then? Do you know?
I think so. I think she's just gone this week.
Okay. Great, so we should probably have a quorum even if you can't get tuned in.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
well,
you.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.